Remember Cars? Probably. Remember Cars 2? Maybe a little less. Remember Cars 3? I didn't even know that one existed. Maybe Cars 3 is just one of those things that shouldn't have existed. I remember enjoying the first one, but I hadn't seen any of the others in the Epic Trilogy. Or the spin-off, Planes. Oh god. Planes. But the first one was real cute and fun to go back to. It's about some big shot city boy who gets fucked and is forced at gunpoint to learn a life lesson that going slow can be good. Which is ironic because he's a race car. They really lean hard on that meme. I think like almost all the jokes in here are just, haha, we are cars, and it goes way past the point of being unfunny and to the point where it's just kinda sad. Honestly, the whole cars acting like people angle kinda made it the run of the litter when it comes to Pixar movies. I mean, at least at the time that it came out. But like I said though, the first one was real cute and well done enough, and Pixar definitely thought so, because it not only got 2 sequels, but a goddamn spin-off series. Really funny since The Incredibles only got 2 whole movies. 2 really well-rounded, juicy, voluptuous movies that you just want to smother your... I shouldn't really get into it, but like the lore of the world is a little confusing and almost creepy. Like again, everything is Cars as their main joke, but then that raises a lot of questions like, why is there a TSA in the Cars universe? That's gotta confirm a Cars version of 9/11, right? Also, I'm not going to watch Planes, but people keep saying it confirms there's a Cars version of World War II, which means there's a Cars version of Hitler, a Cars Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and of course, everybody's favorite, a Cars rape of Nanking. This whole vehicular Nanking thing, along with the bad writing and a shitty idea to start with, makes Cars look pretty small next to its competitors. But then again, everything looks small when compared to that incredible... I'll get the synopsis for the first one over quick since it's likely to have already been seen. And while it's definitely way better than its sequels, the second movie is where the real meat and potatoes are at. So, rich city boy gets pounded and treated roughly by entire town. He learns his lesson and changes his whole personality, which is real funny because the second movie's entire moral lesson is for you to not change yourself for the sake of people around you. I mean, Cars, whatever, fuck you. The second movie opens with a bang, and that's a goddamn pun because the cars have guns now. There's a British spy who's actually just the car version of Jesus with how much this guy can do. Let's see, he can walk on walls, he can disappear, he can fly.
He's much more unique than the other guy.
But yeah, the cars just kind of have guns now. They also specifically say the word kill, which is really weird to hear in a Pixar film about cars, especially since they could just kind of get around it by saying something like, take care of them or get rid of them instead of kill. It also brings in a lot of philosophical questions. If cars have to replace their parts, do they get a new personality with those parts? Eventually taking on a ship of Theseus-like transformation? If they put in used parts, will they take on the traits of the original owners? If they can just get their parts replaced, can they ever truly die? Without the aspect of morality and death, can they ever truly live? Do that ass be farting? So the British spy car no-clips around the map and gets caught and escapes with some sick spy moves. Look at this fucking guy. This guy is fucking dead. Like 5 minutes into the movie and they've already made death part of the Cars universe. The movie also introduces this evil German professor as the bad guy. And, you know, I never really got why Germans get a bad rap like this. I've always been confused by that stereotype. I mean, really, what did Germans ever do to deserve... Oh. Right. And then remember that one time I said this guy was literally the car version of Jesus? Well, check this out.
Oh Lord, Jason made another one.
Huh? Packing the mail, it's gone.
Yeah, this movie's pretty great.
That is baby on baby right there.
Then we head back to Radiator Springs to our friend Tomato, who I think is technically the main character of this movie instead of Lightning McQueen. So I hope you like Larry the Cable Guy, because I'll tell you what, you might be a redneck if you got an above-ground pool in your backyard, in your above-ground pool, it's just some rainwater in the back of your pickup truck. I'll tell you what, get her done. They also call Lightning McQueen just McQueen, which really bothered me, because that's like calling somebody by their last name, and I'm sure that we've all got that one friend who we only call by their last name, but that's because it's got a nice ring to it. Like, McQueen does definitely not, and it pisses me off to no end. I had to resist saying something out loud, like I wanted to punch the TV screen, like I... Did I mention this was a movie made for children? Tater drags a car back against his will and is really excited to see his best friend McQueen. I mean Lightning. God fucking damn it, now they've got me calling him by his last name. And speaking of things that bother me in this animated kids movie about cars, Mater and Lightning will say nonstop that they're best friends, but it just really never feels like that to me. And it goes beyond the fact that one is a city slicker and the other is white trash. It just seems like most of the time that they spend together, Lightning is either uncomfortable with or annoyed by Mater. But I mean, again, it's a kids movie. Then there's a montage of Mater annoying Lightning until he wants some alone time with his sports car GF. God, I don't know how Pixar does it. Every movie, there's always a fuckable character. Like, God, I want to fuck this car. Y'all remember that show Mansers? The world's like most 2000s bro show ever? It would always ask these dumbass questions like, how do I see more boobs and get free beer and get my bitch ex-wife to let me see the kids? I remember one of the questions was, how do you get a girl to do anal? And the answer was, no joke, fuck your car. Even as a kid, I thought that was bullshit, but I think they made that episode around the time that the first Cars movie came out, so I mean, that all makes sense now. Anyway, Sally is hot and I want to fuck her. Literally the least desirable thing about her is her name and, not the fact that she's animated or a car. I don't know what it is about names, but I feel like they're Disney's Pixar Cars is an animated movie about cars made for children. So then there's this Italian race car that is all like, como se dice, fuck you, McQueen Lightning, I am, como se dice, how you say, fest. And then the car version of Ricky Gervais comes on, and I'm calling this right now, he's the bad guy. I know they literally just introduced Cars Hitler, but this is the bad guy. Anyways, Ricky Gervais is rich and has alternative fuel and is hosting a race, and Lightning joins in. Lightning and his group of unpaid laborers arrive at this fancy-ass party, and Mater acts like the dumb low-on-funds idiot that he is, and Lightning gets all embarrassed. Which brings us to the main message of the movie. You can take a country boy out of the country, but you can't take away the fact that country girls make do. Also, you can't match the Power Pack taste of Sunny D. Also, Mater gets involved in a fight in the restroom between an American spy and two bad guy cars. The American spy, knowing he's fucked, slips important information on Mater as he walks out. Or drives out, whatever. Wow, an American intelligence agency not giving a fuck about civilian casualties? When did a movie about talking cars become the most realistic movie ever? Because of the spy information being on him, Mater is mistaken for a spy by the British people. The American spy gets captured and the bad guys fucking blow him up. Like, dead. Canonically, in the Cars universe, this guy is fucking deceased. I'm not joking. The wiki even acknowledges it.
Japan, land of the
Japanese. Mater messes up Lightning's race by being just too damn country. He's just so country, man. I just can't believe it. I mean, how can city boys even compete? Lightning curses him out, and this is actually the first canonical documentation of Lightning McQueen saying the N-word. And you can look that up. I put it in the wiki. I mean, they already took it down, but I put it in there. Mater wants to return from whence foul heathen came, and hang on a second. I just want to clarify that Lightning has said slurs before, but this is just the first time it's been documented. I mean, they don't call them race riots for nothing. Am I right, ladies? Am I right? Yeah? Yeah? Y'all know what the fuck I'm talking about. That's right. That guy's insane. Okay, look, here's the TSA part. See, they're even taking off their little shoes. Aw, ain't that cute. But yeah, there totally was a Cars version of 9/11. The question is, was it like the planes themselves, or were there like cars that were extremists, or was it like a joint venture? Mater goes off to do spy shit, and Lightning talks to Tony Soprano about Mater. And Tony, you know Tone. Tone says to the guy, he says to him like this, let me tell you a couple treat things. Hey, como se dice, Mary's your best friend. Oh, we? Oh, baguettes. And then Lightning remembers that they actually are best friends, so he loves Mater again. Then they go to the next race, which is in that one Hitman level. Oh, and also the bad guys blew up one of the cars from the last race, so people are really suspicious of Ricky Gervais and his alternative fuel, which, to be fair, on the list of top 100 things to be most suspicious of, are numbers 12 and 7 respectively, so at least it's being realistic. Mater sneaks into the bad guy meeting, and all the bad guys are just shitty cars. They call them lemons for some reason. And every time they do, I can't help but be reminded of that one classic video.
I truly do love our lemon tree.
Just imagine, a life full of lemon trees.
So a bunch more of the race cars die. Again, they just fucking die. Like they probably had families and loved ones that they will never see again. Mater gets caught and goes.
Anyway, I started blasting. Bang!
He escapes and tries to tell Lightning, but then he gets caught again. He's got a bad habit. And the British spies are like, oi, Gov, you're a proper bloody wanker, yaw. And the dumbass bad guy cars take away Mater's bullets, but not his goddamn Gatling gun. That also left him with all of his other spy gadgets for some reason. Then it turns out they put a fucking bomb in Mater because they knew he would escape. So I guess they're actually pretty smart. Also, I was right because it turns out the British guy, not to be confused with the British spy, was the bad guy all along. Mater gets dangerously based with this bomb they plant in his stomach. It's got to be voice deactivated, so he just runs up, or I guess he drives up to the British guy. He gets all up in his face, calling his bluff like a badass, and like the weakling coward that he is, that all British people are, he defuses it, and then the movie ends.